Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's me, Anne Marie, the Art of Healing. I would like to say hello to all of you. It's been a while since I've been on. So, just a couple of announcements and then some updates. And yes, Spirit is here because they just popped to my ears. So, for many of you, you know that I'm going through this process of becoming a licensed clinical hypnotherapist. And it has really consumed me. It requires 15 hours a week of work, and it's very hard for me in my personal life uh, to find that time, especially uninterrupted, time to do that. So I sit here in my corner. I've got my laptop. This is the training videos. I am in the school of, what is it? Institute of Interpersonal Hypnotherapy in Tampa, Florida. It is providing me an incredible opportunity to learn, an incredible opportunity to grow as a as a person wanting to help people. And yeah, so I've made the decision to discontinue my Patreon community because I'm just not in that space anymore. It was a beautiful community in its heyday. I used to meet with, on average, about 5 people a week in the safe space community that I started 3 years ago. And yeah, and then when I got sick with the Graves' disease, everything kind of scuttled. Um, it was a tough time. So I'm not so much dealing with the Graves' disease anymore, but disease is about the mind. Disease is about your body telling you what's going on in your subconscious. So there's a lot going on in my subconscious, and I'm still excavating it and I'm still understanding it. I must say, though, or this past week, past Monday through Friday, I went to the Journey to Truth conference in Grafton, Illinois, and I encountered some amazing human beings. I helped some people, and I'm very honored to, as always, uh, to be chosen by people and given the responsibility of entering into their energetic field. Um, so it was quite beautiful. At the very end of the conference, there was a speaker called Jerry Willis, and he brought forth this object that he claims was given to him by his star family. And it was a crystal globe, and we were all allowed to go and touch it. And I'm telling you something, though. While I was there, I was still very nervous and unsettled. After touching that object, I feel pretty good, pretty calm. Um, I feel like I have just like a half a mile left in this healing journey. I've healed so much trauma over these past couple of years. So, because of the stress of me leaving New York, I didn't quite calculate how difficult that was going to be for me. I've learned a lot of lessons. I've learned a lot of lessons to really, I don't know, really pursue being happy and don't do things for other people. Do them for yourself. And if it means other people have to bend to your will, let them bend to your will. And you do your will. I gave up a lot to come here and be with my mother. Meanwhile, my mother could have easily just stayed with me in New York. But you know what? Again, at the same time, I'm not going to worry about the past. So I'm going to bring myself to the now moment. Okay. And in my now moment, I'm pretty darn good. I think what's really important, everybody, is that we keep bringing ourselves to the now moment and really try our best not to project backwards, not to go backwards, not to woulda, shoulda, coulda, or gee, I really wish I had done this. So doing things like that is a waste of your now moment, and it's a dark game that you play with yourself. And it's really not you that's talking. It's your ego that's talking, and not your higher self, and not the you that's connected to source. So do your best, my friends, to stay right here and right now. Do your best to look outside, to bring yourself out of whatever trap you've set for yourself. I am doing well otherwise. This Journey to Truth family is incredible. It's as beautiful as my Channeling Jesus and Zena Allen family. And I love them with all my heart. So, yeah, I can share a couple stories about people that I met. I met a beautiful young man from England named Craig. And boy, what energy. What an amazing session I had with him, just doing my intuitive energy work. And at the end of at the end of his session, I felt so blissful. I was like, dude, I feel like I just had sex. I was so glowing. And he was such a good sport about it too. You know, he's married, he's got two young girls, and I mean, he was just such a good sport about it, but I fucking felt great. I felt so good. And then I met another beautiful couple, actually, beautiful couple, and I did a shamanic journey with the husband, and which I'd like to talk to you a little bit about these and the delving into the subconscious mind and what I'm learning about in this hypnotherapy course that I'm in. The subconscious mind has all the answers. Your conscious mind does not. So what you think might be what's going on to give you these troubles, you really don't know. And the experience he had on this little shamanic journey was so profound, and it surprised him because he had no clue that what he was experiencing and why he needed to have this healing, he had no clue where it came from. And when finally it unfolded where it came from, he was just agog. He was just absolutely agog. He couldn't believe it. And what was so interesting, this was like a very macho guy. And his face was always like this. And then all of a sudden his face went like that. Like his face changed into this beautiful smile. There was huge emotional release. And it was just so beautiful to witness. And again, you know, when you do this kind of work, from my point of view, it's such an honor to be chosen. Such an honor to be chosen. So I'm still, yes, I'm doing my work. I am doing it and I'm available for it. I'm not, you have to contact me and we'll set up a schedule and we'll set the time up. But yeah, I'm here doing the work that I love to do. This is the end of the school year here in Florida, and I took a new job 3 days a week. If you followed me, you know about this because I've never been treated like this by little kids in my whole 20-year career. And I'm like, this is just awful. Like it's there's the good out of it. There's always the beautiful children, but for me, in the being that I am, in order for me to deal with the handful of kids that are disrespectful and rude, um, I don't like who I become. So really that's the whole crux of it. I don't like who I am when I have to get into, and fight with children. I just don't like that. Why would I be that person? God, how awful. And I just don't want to be that person. Okay. Education is the devil I know. Okay. It can make me money. I can get a full-time job if I want to, which will give me benefits, which I won't have to pay for out of my pocket, and I'll get a steady paycheck. Go ahead. Yeah. Teeny minuta. I told you I'm on the computer, remember? I'm a patata. Okay. So that's the story. That's the real story of my life. I don't know if you heard her where she wants to make patata, and that's potatoes. She wants to make potatoes. Anyway, um, so education is the devil I know. It will give me everything I want. If I go into education and I get a full-time job, which there's plenty, being an art teacher, I can get a job like this, especially with my career, with my level of expertise, with my ability to teach and my love of teaching. I'll get a job. My bills will be paid. I can even probably buy myself a condo. Okay. Get out of this house, go live in my own place. I'd do it all, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not doing truly what's going to make me happy. And what makes me truly happy is experiencing what I experienced this past week, meeting with these beautiful souls and trying to help them out and doing my best to try and help them out. I'll be honest, there was one person who was heard about this beautiful transformation that this gentleman had, and she was all so excited. But in that environment, it wasn't the right environment. And she didn't exactly go into deep enough trance, hypnotic trance. And she needed at least 2 hours and probably a 4-hour session uh, over the course of a couple days to do any good work with her. And I don't know these people. I don't know who I'm dealing with. I got lucky, I guess, with the first one, but the second one, not so much. And it was a learning experience for me. Okay. It's very humbling because, one thing that this course is teaching me, and the head of the school is a Course in Miracles student as well. The more you think you know, the less you know. And that's really the truth for anything. Anybody putting themselves out there as an expert, and this is the only way, and I can do it all for you, just be aware. And that's a lot of ego talking. And my ego was really stroked because, I love what I do. And, I've been doing it for a little while. I think I'm pretty good at it. But, I was put in my place. I didn't charge her. And we spent almost an hour and a half together. But It's all good. It is what it is. And that goes to show you, for me personally, who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a real human being. I'm not somebody that comes on and preaches love and light and doesn't show you that there's a dark side, because there is a dark side. There's a dark side to me. There's a dark side to all of us. And we're all working through our journey on this planet as we walk through it, as we go through it. So yeah. What else is going on that I need to share? Mom is still around. She's still kicking it. Family's good and okay. I am still I also decided to not be in a relationship with my beloved. I still love him and he still loves me, but I cannot be in a relationship anymore. It's a little bit too overwhelming, and I don't think it's the right time. It's not the right time. So that's that. And I'm okay. I'm calm and relieved, and we still communicate. We've been each other's best friends for 3 years. It's not like that can stop, because it just can't. And there's no need for it to stop. It was kind of a mutual thing, and we love each other, and that'll always be there. So, yeah. So that's really kind of some new news. But that's about it. I just don't want to take up more of your time. I don't want to ramble on and on and on. I do want to bring forth a message about these times. I pretty much don't think about politics. I don't think about the wars. I don't think about society. I know that they're happening. I know that they're out there. I'm not completely ignorant, but I don't get emotionally involved in things that are not directly in my life. Because I know that the way that I can contribute positively to the wars and to the state of the country is by holding light. And I can't hold light if I'm crying over something that's 1,000 miles away. And that's not affecting me personally. So again, I'm going to reiterate to people, and you can take this or leave it or say, but that's bullshit. We know about it, but it's entirely up to you. This is your journey. So for example, um, before the printing press, how would you know what's happening? Or the modern day communication. How do you know what's happening on the other side of the world? You'd get a letter. How did that happen? The Roman system organized mail. You got communication from one side of the Roman Empire to the other, but pretty much you didn't know what was going on until way after the fact. So now we know about it instantaneously, but it's not our stuff. I don't have a war outside. I don't have a war outside. I don't. Thank God I don't. Okay. And that's something I thank my higher self for not incarnating in a war zone, incurring that karma, clearing that karma. Now, talk about clearing karma. I am clearing my own generational karma, my own generational trauma. And the buck stops with me, and it stops with a lot of you. We are the ones that are clearing the trauma so that we can move forward into the new earth. That's the truth, because that's the truth. So look at your own generational trauma, work on that, heal that. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. So, okay, let's see what Spirit has to say for today, mid-May 2024. Okay. Umatea tia tia waye tia maye tia nanaraye tikia skoshu tia karamaria hiya maaye tia uya tia tia tia. Manana ya turukuya aturukuya oya ya ya woo. Haye haye aye. Umaye amaheye. Aniya harahiya. Aniya harahiya. Maaye oye manara ya ya. Oye ye ya maya ya. Ooh, okay. Kasi siya tuti anururi anuno makwatia tarakat ut ayat ush ut kut matapatia. Atananinya ma utiati kayati atikaria tekeska shatuti anuno maritio. Ias uyut korana uteninya atuti keska shatutu. Usa shokotani anu. Ewatiata tereska shatarani anetud atake. Us ashamatio ku us ashatio ku rishaktanati niya us mayetikatiria tuskosho tia kaskashan and niomat. Umarater put the special good number of the kitchen for good number. Ario to the good in the good modification good. Oh. We are Ra. We are the Ra Collective. What a joy and a pleasure, as always, it is to communicate with you, beautiful souls that resonate with our dear one's frequency. What you have just received is a third eye blessing. What you have just received is a clearing of the third eye. Your third eye is being bombarded. Your third eye, through frequency, through environmental toxins, is just being hammered, and we wished for you to receive this energetic clearing through our dear one today. Dear beautiful souls, as our dear one changes, you must change as well. Your evolution of you must become front and center. How much do you limit yourself because of fear? And in this case, it is fear of paying the debt, or the desire to have things, to have the house, the possessions. We will remind you that there are beings that have it all, only to have an act of nature take it all away in a matter of minutes. Your life is predicated on change. It is predicated on impermanence. Evolve, beautiful ones. Constantly evolve. It is not in your best interest to, let us say, not even dig your heels is not the correct analogy, but maybe to be so hard-headed and say, no, I want this and I want it this way and this is the only way. And if I do this, I'm going to get what I want. Don't get us wrong. You should always have desire in your heart. Always. Because it is through that desire that you're going to create. When that desire turns into obsession, when that desire turns into I want things this way only, or I want things my way, it is not a healthy point of view. It is not a healthy point of view. Truly, when you evolve, you begin to understand that less is more. Is there anything wrong with having more? Absolutely not. But in your heart of hearts, if you are not willing to give it all up in a second, understanding that these are just objects, these are just forms of very dense energy, we ask you to ponder that and think about that. But Ra Collective, we have to have homes. Ra Collective, we have to go from point A to point B. It might as well be in style. Well, absolutely. There is absolutely nothing wrong with achieving everything you desire, all your heart's desires, and to live in peace and joy and in love. And if you generate that existence without compromising your core values, then you have become a master. But if you are achieving these by selling even a little bit of your core value, exchanging it for something unpleasant, then you are still learning. Now, you may be completely okay with that, and that is fine. But we ask you truly to consider what is true, what is necessary. What is necessary in your lives? This is because we are saying these things to you because we truly wish to plant the seed of the new earth within your consciousness. Plant the seeds of the possibilities of new relationships with everything around you. A new relationship with what your belief system is about living and where to live and how to live and how to garner the funds, the cash, the money, how to accomplish how you want to live in your very, very dense reality. Do not forget that everything holds frequency and everything holds energy, and everything is energy. So what you manifest today, you can manifest tomorrow, and you could manifest it better. Do not lock yourself into something that you cannot expand out of. We are Ra. We are the Ra Collective. We are here to help advance you, beautiful beings of light. We are here to remind you of your true nature. We are here to give you the quote unquote secrets. This secret, the grand secret that the powers that were wish to keep from you, is that you are a divine creator being and have access to full knowledge and wisdom of the universe. And you, without even knowing, can create worlds. And you, without even knowing, can miscreate worlds as well. So that's the big secret. That's what those powers don't want you to know, because if you did know, and if you had the right mindset and you unprogrammed your mind, healed your core wounds and traumas, and lived in your absolute and purest joy, they cannot exist. So there you are, beautiful ones. That's the secret. Remember who you are. Create from love. Release attachment to all outcome and challenge the universe to wow you. Challenge this beautiful, benevolent universe to fill the voids that you feel in your heart with something so spectacular that you will do nothing but dance. Dance. Dance and sing and scream and shout and run and play with joy. Or just do a little personal jig. Whatever your expression of joy is. In relationship to the health of the mind and the health of the body, dear beautiful ones, you must be in balance with this. Your conscious minds are very indoctrinated and programmed. And when we mention the concept of digging in your heels, we wish for you to think about what you are resisting. This dear one has a confusion in her mind. She knows that the mind is creating her dis-ease, but at the same time, she's seeing very good medical interventions or alternative medical interventions that she's curious about that claim to work. So what we say to her and what we say to you is do your best. Do it. Receive your comfort. Do not ignore things because, oh, I can do it all yourself. What, unfortunately, you have yet to, most of you have yet to master is this concept of time. You have a finite time on your planet at this very moment. 100 years, 120 years, some of you 130 years, some of you 70 years, 80 years, some of you 10 years, some of you 10 days. There's a lot of judgment over when this physical body should be allowed to go, or how long, or humans should be living for 125 years, 200 years if we didn't have all the chemicals and the interference and the vaccinations and all these different things. This is true. But it is all, again, within the realm of your possibility, being a divine creator being, to create something absolutely spectacular. And when that time comes for you to discard this avatar and return back home to spirit, you will do so with the biggest smile on your face, having been satisfied with the world and the life that you've created for yourself. And truly, isn't that the goal? Indeed, isn't that the goal? So we are Ra. We are the Ra Collective. We are the Winged Ones. We are the ones who have come to humanity's assistance more than just in this era. And we love you. We love you with all that we are. And we are here to support you through many individuals and many faith, not the right word, many educational systems, spiritual systems, on this planet at this time, and beings. We love you. Be well, be blessed, Adonai. All right, beautiful ones, I've been chit-chatting for a little while, so I will go and make patata, which is potatoes, for my dinner with my mummy today on Sunday. I love you all. Bye.